But let me go back memory lane. And when we took over on May 29, 2023, we were not oblivious of the challenges we were going to confront. The first was, of course, the issue of security. And those who have followed us would remember that we convened a Security Council meeting 2 days after we were sworn in. And to our chagrin, we have only done what we were supposed to do. If all we were elected was to pay salaries, then I think it's not worth it. Anybody can do that. But I'm glad that we're able to stabilize that situation. And I'm also glad that when the issue of new minimum wage came on board, we are among the states that was able to start the implementation of the new minimum wage. We have delved into how to improve the lives of our people. One of the key policy decisions of the federal government when we came on board was the removal of the fuel subsidy. And of course, it left a gap in the standard of living, in purchasing power of people and government. Instead of giving people palliatives, we thought that this kind of palliative, and at the last count, I believe that we found that at the end of every month, an average user of our public transport system would be able to save 39 to 50,000 monthly. And for us, that is a very more transparent way of putting more cash available to people. We've been able to make a lot of investments in urban infrastructure, the roads we've had to construct, and that is where, like the commissioner said, we've demonstrated inclusivity. We've made sure that the road infrastructure traversed the entire nooks and crannies of the city. We didn't discriminate. We made sure that we went into Muslim areas, Christian areas, and I'm glad that people are seeing the benefits of those infrastructural developments. When we came in also, we found the education sector, it was completely in disarray. I can tell you that when we took over, Plateau Polytechnic, for example, was about to lose many of its courses because of non-accreditation. And we immediately swung into action. At the time we came in, it had sunk to a lowest ebb of about 3,000 admissions. Today, we're above 6,000, getting towards 7,000. We've been able to also increase the faculties, and work is going on steadily in the state university. At the College of Education, Gindri, we've also made quite some giant strides, one of which was to get the approval of the National Universities Commission. In the health sector, we came in also, and it was a situation we found that was rather despondent, and we swung into action immediately, dealing with it from the primary health care, which is the foundation, and to the tertiary institution, which is the Plateau Specialist Hospital. And I'm glad when we celebrated the 2 years anniversary, some of you went with us on a tour of the Plateau State Specialist Hospital, where a lot of improvement has been done. Projects that were started during the Jang administration, were able to complete them, commission them. Today, I want to believe that our medical personnel in Plateau State Specialist Hospital will not just be doing guesswork, they will do evidence-based diagnosis to be able to deal with all the complaints of people. We are about to start the medical faculty at the Plateau State University, and so in the next 2 to 3 years, it has become imperative to have a teaching hospital owned by the state. This we hope to pursue by the grace of God. I cannot talk about the economy without talking about agriculture, which is the main economic driver for us. We discovered that we've been doing agriculture with just primitive sense, if I may call it. Our agriculture is still at a very, very primitive subsistence level. And even though we know that we farm a lot, but actually all the farming we have been doing is far, far below the capacity of what we should be doing. So there's a lot we will do in agriculture. One of the reasons I came late this morning because I was meeting with the stakeholders in the coffee sector. And better believe it, the Plateau coffee is going to hit the international market very soon. Another critical economic driver ultimately for us is a mining sector. But this is a sector that it's giving us a challenge. I must be honest with you. There's a lot that is going wrong in that sector. And that was why I signed the executive order early this year to suspend mining activity. But unfortunately, people misunderstood it. And it wasn't meant to deprive our people from the economy. And sometimes when you're eating crumbs and it's coming regularly, you think as if you actually have good food. What our people can benefit from that sector is far more than what they are getting now. And that's why we said, look, let's reorganize the sector. But this is very emotive.